Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 10 of POH Bother, my chunk-locked Ultimate Iron Man. Since the last episode, I've continued to AFK here at Barbarian Fishing, but I also did get around to doing a quest. If you look here, I completed the feud, and the reason I wanted to complete this one is because now I not only have access to blackjacking, but I was able to do Rogue Trader to unlock the rune shop there. And that's notable because I've been trying to clear out as much as I can from my looting bag here, and now that I have the Rogue Trader shop, I can buy cosmics there, so I got rid of my cosmic stat in my looting bag. And, you know, I did have a few hundred, but that really doesn't matter because I don't need to enchant that much as an Ultimate Iron Man, so going to the shop, even though it only has a stock of 10, is a lot easier than emptying out my looting bag to get the cosmics, so that was able to save a spot. I also did sell the steel and mithril arrows just because I have so many iron that I haven't got to use yet, and I just felt like it wasn't worth the bag space. And yeah, just cleared out a few other things, used up the planks and a few other items. So hopefully it's going to be a lot easier to, you know, empty out my inventory or get all the looting bag in my inventory for when I do stuff later. But aside from that, I have also been working on my skills. So if you look here, I've done a few random skills, including 80 fishing. But not only did I get 80 fishing, I now have 1,200 total. So this is, oh, Infernal Eels, I forgot about that. So yeah, this is now 3 chunk unlocks. I have 1 for the quest, and 1 for 80 fishing, and then a pick 2 unlock, selection unlock, whatever I decide to call it for the total level. So we go to the chunk picker here. It should be back to the old method of chunk picking. So the first chunk for the feud is, oh, that's okay, that's actually pretty useful. So now I have the other entrance to Forthos, or the main entrances to Forthos, so I don't have to go through the catacombs. And it also is a little closer to this house portal I need, or at least provides a path from the Woodcutting Guild to it that wouldn't be unreasonable. So for 80 fishing, I get... Oh, that is so nice. Okay, so this is one of the areas that isn't like super useful right now, but it's really useful for the sake of just map travel, because every time I go to Artie, if I have to run up to Catherby because I can't teleport to Camelot yet. So every time, I could not take this way out. I had to run all the way up here and around because there was no way from this chunk to this chunk. So now I can go here, and it will be helpful for Legends later. There also was some clue steps that I couldn't get to there, like a stash unit I know of, so I could try and fill that now. And now for the final one. So let's see. Okay, one of them's down here, which is not that useful, and the other one... Is it Isaiah one? Yeah. Oh, yes, definitely this one. So I've been waiting for this for a while. I was going to use this as a rune crafting training method, but I honestly don't think it matters too much now because, well, there's Guardians of the Rift. I don't have access to it yet, but, you know, that's a good way to train it that I'll hopefully have access to soon. But this means I can now get the favor, and I think I still am missing something else. I think it's this chunk for, not a Kingdom Divide, the first one. Client of Corinth, is it? Anyway, so, yeah, but those chunks are definitely going to be very useful. I can now start training my Arceus favor, which I think there's something else that allows me to do. Oh, I can do the spellbook now. I can make the Arceus portals in my player-owned house, because I can get up to the altar even. It's a little bit of a pain. I have to go through the catacombs out here, boost to 73 or get 73 agility to climb down there, and then run around the long way, but I can get to the altar. So, yeah, now I can get the Arceus spells in my player-owned house, or the teleports. So that's pretty nice, and I have no idea why that chunk's locked there. I definitely have that unlocked. Weird. I must have clicked it by mistake. Anyway, so, yeah. But aside from that, you might have also noticed I have a couple grayed out things in my inventory, and I'll get to that in just a moment. Before revealing those mystery items, there's one other thing I need to mention that I did between episodes. So, to use up the nature runes, I did a whole bunch of alchs at the Ham storerooms. This is where I got my thieving up, and I did manage to get myself a nice cash stack over 500k. And in the process, I ended up getting a lot of clue scrolls. So I did get some of these from fishing, that's where the medium came from, but the easies were mostly from pickpocketing the ham guards because they give easy clues. So I hope I can get some items to go in my player-owned house. I'm not really expecting too much, but I'm going to open them and then alch anything that needs to be alched, so let's begin. So starting off with just the white firelighters, and actually, okay, willow bows from this. I do need a yew bow, but, oh. Not very useful for me. I don't even think I can get there. Let's see. Anything else? not focusing too much on the teleport. Which one's this one? Fell to pills. Not the worst, but I don't know. Ooh, that's a fancy item. I can store it, but I'll need both pieces to get it out. And, oh, that's a decent amount of cash. And there's some more teleports. Oh, that's Morden, right? That's the costly one. Oh, dig site. So the value of the clue first. And let's see. Can we get any other uniques? It would be nice to get a cool storable. There are also some... well, I mean, that is a cool storable. Maybe not a very useful one, but it is pretty cool. I was going to say, there are a couple other counting goals I have that are... actually, hold on one second. But yeah, there are a couple of count goals I can get from easy clues, but... oh. Well, those are a couple pages that would be very nice to put in a book, but I don't have the books yet, so... oh, another page. Probably won't keep around Saradomin pages in the looting bag, but might keep the others, and combo. And why do I feel like there was something that needed a black axe? Did I already get that stash unit? I know there was one I was looking at when doing these clues. And my inventory is full, so I'll just keep going. And ooh, ancient robe legs. I can just put those on for the time being. And can we get any other notable uniques in these last few caskets? Heraldic shield. And, oh, well, that's a good way to close it out. So, yeah, a lot of these items I can store, but I won't be able to get them back out till I get the full set. The shield is actually probably my best storable shield at the moment, or the heraldic. I mean, well, this is actually my best storable shield, but, you know, not that useful. So, give me 1 second. I need to put this in my play around house and sort out these items, and then we'll open the medium. And the medium clue is... bit disappointing. I don't know. I really would like to start doing medium clues more, but the one thing I really need to do before medium clues is upgrade my play-around house a bit. So I can store items, but I need the sets to take them out. But I can't store medium items yet. The first tier oak can only hold, you know, easy and beginner. So before I start farming the medium clue items, I really need to upgrade this so it can store more. As for the items I have deposited, like, you know, this, I can't take it out till I have the full set, but I can take out, you know, the comp bow and the heraldic shield, and the same's true for this. So I might hold on to these for the time being. I don't know, depends what I get to immediately, because I might have use for robe legs. Probably not so much a studded top, so I actually probably will put that in. I'll keep it on for the fashionscape for now. But, yeah, so those were some nice caskets. Now I need to figure out how to sort the rest of this. But one thing I do still want to work on this episode is getting to lava dragons. Though before I do that, I would like to see if I can trim or slim down a little bit more of my inventory and stuff. And also need to sort out what to do with my cat here. I'm sure I could clear out my inventory a bit more, but I should still have enough space even once I, you know, take off my items to fit it all in my inventory. So I think it's time to actually try lava dragons. I have a plan for how this could work, but, well, it might not go as planned. But first I need to say goodbye to my cat, DR. Well, see you later, DR. I'll be back after lava dragons. What'd you think I was going to do? Anyway, so I also did build a couple new portals. The Karen Castle portal was the other one I wanted to build, and I also decided, since I now have the Arceus spellbook, I was going to replace the Lumbridge portal with a Salve Graveyard, because it's a real pain to get over to Canifis in that area right now, even though there's not a ton I have to do there at the moment. And this would be great for fairy rings later on, and also accessing the Slayer Tower. So I figured it was worth it, because anytime I can teleport to my house, I also have the runes for Lumbridge. So even though that later when I start using like house tablets, you know, it will be different, but by then I might even have a nexus, so who knows. Anyway, so my plan for lava dragons is I am going to go over to the Draenor Jail and Death Pile there. Then I'm going to minigame teleport over to Nightmare Zone, take money out of the coffer, go into the Wizards Guild, buy runes and a fire staff, then teleport to Lumbridge, get an anti-dragon shield, an axe, and a knife, canoe up to lava dragons, kill them, and then either die, respawn in Lumbridge and get my items and reset, or I'd exit through the deserted keep and teleport to Lumbridge or homeport to Lumbridge. So hopefully this plan goes well and I'm able to kill lava dragons, but I'll probably die a few times along the way, both to my own stupidity and to PKers. That didn't just happen. That didn't just happen. Oh my god. I need to get out of here. Ultimate Iron Man lose all items on death, so if I die, this is gone. Let's hope I find my way out of here okay. I need to get through the deserted keep and out without running into PKers. Well, I am speechless. I even forgot to bury the bones. That's how speechless I was. Guess I'll just bury them here. There's a lot of experience, but I just got a visage. I knew that was a possibility, but honestly, I was just staying there because I really want to get the lava Battlestaff. I keep getting PK'd. I started taking only 500 casts instead of 1k because I just couldn't do long enough trips. And the funny thing, there was a PKer who came. They got me down to half health. I said hi, and they just said hi and walked away and logged off, realizing I was an Ultimate Iron Man and being nice, I guess. And then, like, just 1 or 2 kills later, I get a visage. I honestly don't know what this means for the account or how I want to handle this. Like, I knew it was something I could do, but I didn't really have, like, a plan for, you know, what to do if it did happen, because, I mean, what were the chances I get a visage? So, I mean, obviously I want to keep it. Like, I don't want to, you know, just like alk it or whatever it would be. Let's see, 450k out. So obviously I'd want to keep it, but it is a little awkward to use as an Ultimate Iron Man because it is untradeable once you start putting the charges on it, and also would need not only a lot of defense levels to use it, but I need a lot of money to make it, or a lot more smithing levels, which I don't think I'll get. So, well, it's probably just gonna stick in the looting bag for a while, but yeah, that is just kind of crazy. So after retrieving my stuff and thinking it over, I decided now that I have the visage here, I am going to hold off on doing more lava dragons, mainly because there were a lot of PKs and I just don't want to keep death piling. I probably will go back in the future for the lava Battlestaff at least, but for training prayer, I want to see if I can possibly get access to Forthos here. So the way you get access to the bone burner over here, yeah, back there, is to either give this guy 5 dragon stones or defeat the shaded beast. I'm not sure if I can defeat the Shaded Beast, but I'm going to give it a try. So the reason is, it only uses magic, but I'm pretty sure it hits through prayer, and it also drains your prayer, and it can hit up to 30. So with only 38 prayer, I can use Protect from Magic, but I don't have any prayer potions, and this food might not be enough. But I figure it's at least worth a try, because even though I just killed baby dragons, this will probably be one of the better ways I can train prayer at the moment. So let's see if I can defeat the Shaded Beast. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work right now. So yeah, drained my prayer too fast, and with it hitting 30s and me only having swordfish, I could not out-hit it. So that's gonna have to wait for another time, or at least until I come up with a better strategy. It might be possible to try doing some sort of flinching if you lure it right. But yeah, for the time being, I might need to investigate other ways to train prayer, or other ways to kill that beast. I ended up going back to Lava Dragons, and I did manage to get a bunch of kills last night in the early hours of the morning, but now that it's, you know, daytime again, I'm running into too many PKers to keep going there. So, unfortunately, I was not able to get the Lava Battlestaff. I might go back for that in the future, or maybe I'll just wait to get it through some other means, but I did manage to get 43 prayer, which means I now have a chunk unlock for 40 prayer, and I also did snag a rune axe along the way, which means I don't have to spend like 40k buying one, which is good, because my cash stack took a pretty big hit recently with the new portals and all the money I spent on lava dragons, still to get like 1 or 2 kills before having to, you know, buy more runes and try again. So if we look at the chunk picker here, the chunk for 40 prayer is going to be the Desert Quarry. Yeah, I think I can get up there. I mean, it would be an option for mining stuff. Also, this chunk would unlock just for coastal reasons, or, you know, ocean reasons. But, yeah, actually, can I do the quests there? I think it might be entirely in that chunk. Actually, I can check right here. Yeah, I could do the Anaka's Lament. So I might look into going to do that now. I don't know if I have all the requirements. But aside from that, I think what I might actually want to do is, now that I have the rune axe, try and do some wood cutting. My woodcutting level's already pretty good. I'm not really planning to, you know, train all the way to 70 for a chunk unlock there. But one thing I am considering is getting 65 fletching. Now that is a pretty big jump, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it all at once. But that would get me a used short bow, because I have been looking into how to get this. Either I need to train my fletching to 65, or I need to kill barbarian spirits under the whirlpool dungeon. So I might try the barbarian spirits now that I have the protection prayers to, you know, live. But I need it not only to use up all these iron arrows I have, but you also need a U bow for Temple of Ikov, which I've been putting off because, well, I don't have a U or magic bow. So yeah, I think I'll look into that now. After killing around 30 barbarian spirits, I did manage to get myself the U short bow, which will be very nice for range training instead of all those iron arrows. But if I just manage to hit a bit here, I can finish up Temple of Ikov, and that will be another chunk unlock. I'm glad to get this one out of the way because, well, you need 20 inventory spaces, which wasn't too hard to do, but, you know, it's always easier to do quests that don't have such requirements, especially the weight one, too. That was a little more difficult. But yeah, I also got a range level here. So yeah, that is another quest completed, so we head over to the chunk picker. I'm going to get... well, I guess it's not the most useless chunk, but it is up there for right now. So the reason this one's rollable, it's mainly for Monkey Madness 2, but there's this one tiny little section here that's technically connecting the Grand Tree to this area over here, which, you know, can be useful for, you know, just traveling around the map. It'll be a lot more useful once I have spirit trees, or once I can use this spirit tree as an exit. I only can go in that way now. But it does mean I can now take the spirit tree from, like, Varrock to here, and then go down here if I need to get there, if I don't have, like, a minigame teleport on cooldown or something. So, not the most useless, but definitely not the most useful either. But I think I might follow this up by doing a few more quests, because I ideally want to hold off on the range training until I get a better sand crowd spot, or until I have just a better place to train ranged in general, because I just don't know where I want to use up all these iron arrows right now. Well, I started to work on quests, but I got a little distracted, so pretty much what happened was I went ahead and did Big Chompy Bird Hunting. It's yeah, down here, Big Chompy Bird Hunting. And then I did the Ogre RFD part and the Pirate RFD part, and I was going to do Anakara's Lament, and I started the quest, and then I realized I didn't have 45 mining, so I couldn't get granite. So then I went to go mine at Motherlode Mine, because I also would like to get the mining outfit, but while mining there I realized, wait, I get gold while I mine here. It would make more sense to superheat the gold and, you know, just drop it just to get more smithing experience. So instead I went ahead and I did Family Crest. So if I talk to him here, I should be able to finish up the quest and get the steel gauntlets. So that gives me another chunk unlock. So now I have 2 chunk unlocks, and I can go make these into goldsmithing gauntlets. So yeah, a very convoluted process to just try and do a quest and train some mining. But this is also notable because this is actually going to be my 200th chunk unlock coming up. So pretty much it does, you know, I have way more than 200, but that's because I have a lot of water chunks and free chunks, you know, like Tutorial Island and stuff. Technically, I think this is counted as one of the free chunks. So technically, this will be my 200th, and this is the one for Big Chompy Bird Hunting, which is, oh, the other side of Lava Dragon Isle. And also, I think, isn't Vedion around here? So, I don't know. But that will be nice if I go back to Lava Dragon, so, you know, I have more than just the literal one Lava Dragon that spawns here. So, yeah, technically this is my 200th chunk if you count the starting chunk, and then this one for Family Crest is the next one, or 200 chunks in total. And, well, I mean, this does unlock the Listerman Temple if I did want to go for Dragon Warhammer, but I don't have prayer potions right now. So, that's kind of a problem. Though I did look into how I could get prayer potions, mainly if I did want to go back and fight the Shaded Beast, but it does not seem that viable right now. But for the time being, I think I'm going to head over to Motherlode Mine and get these goldsmithing gauntlets and hopefully be able to, you know, get my mining up to do the next quest. Well, it took a bit of a detour to get here, but there is Anakara's Lament completed. So while mining, I ended up getting the top and bottom of the Prospector outfit, so I still need to go back later for the helmet and boots, and don't think I'll do that now, so this will probably just end up being stored. But I did manage to get to 60 mining, so that's chunk unlocks for 50 and 60, and also 50 smithing. So that's 4 chunk unlocks in total, including the quest, and getting close to the next quest point milestone, but not quite there yet. So, yeah, oh, there we go, 4 chunk unlocks. Always forget to update this. But, yeah, so we go to the chunk roller. The first one is going to be, oh, that's pretty nice. I think, oh, well, one good thing this does is it's used for fishing contests, which still needs White Wolf Mountain, but it also does mean if I do unlock the ability to do Fairy Tale, I no longer am going to be blocked by the red vine worms as a possible item I could get from that. So that's pretty nice. So the second chunk unlock is, well, that's, well, speak of the devil, I guess. I'm not sure if this one should be unlockable. because I don't know of any of these ladders or stuff. I mean, technically, let me see. Would this be a connecting chunk? I don't know. I'm going to leave it for now. I might have to explore a little later. But it might be a thing where you can technically walk the long way around. So that might be connecting. I don't know. But this does mean I can now do fishing contests. And I think there's a few other things that require White Wolf as well. Also, finding out if I can get to the farming shop, but still not the farming patch here. And oh wow, there's a lot of things that went here. I forgot how many. Actually, one small favor. I'm not that far off, all things considered. So that might be in the future. Although I still need Shiloh Village is the main thing. So the next chunk unlock is... oh. Yeah, I actually didn't realize that. I think this is where the Battlefront teleport is, but now I'm right on the Farming Guild and Mount Karum, which should have some decent unlocks there, or some new things to do at least. Okay, so that was the chunk unlocks for 50 mining, 60 mining, 50 smithing, and now for the quest I get... for a second I thought it was this one, but still not bad to have. And I don't... I think I'm going to leave this one till I get this one. Wait, which one did I unlock? Hold on, let me go back and double check that. Okay, yeah, so this was the right chunk. As I moved, I accidentally clicked and locked it again, which threw me off. But yeah, I don't think there's much here. It is needed for quests. Can't do this one till I get to Mount Karum and the Battlefront. But also need Client of Karend, which is why I was hoping it was this chunk, because this is the last chunk I need for Client of Karend. But this is also a Catacombs entrance, though. This is where Brutal Dragons are. I don't have any immediate plans to try that, but it is notable because there's the altar up here, too, if I did want to try doing something in the Catacombs. Like, I did consider if I did want to, like, try and kill Brutal Blues for the Dehyde bodies or stuff, or clues. So that might be a little more viable now with the altar up here. So, yeah, aside from that, though... okay, good, still logged in. But I'm actually not sure what I want to do now. I guess fishing contest should be something I work towards. And I probably will take a break from mining just because, I don't know, I still need... I got the most expensive two pieces, but still need a lot to finish out the mining outfit. So probably won't go for that all at once right now. Especially because I did use a lot of my cash stack on nature runes so I could do the superheating for smithing. Now I can also superheat the mithril, but that also means, you know, a lot more cost. So I don't know, I have to review what I can do with these new chunks a little more to see if there is anything else aside from just fishing contest. So I went ahead and completed fishing contest here, and that also means I can now do another part of RFD with the dwarf. So this doesn't give a chunk unlocked, but it does give something else because that Slayer experience is enough to get me 40 Slayer, which is a chunk unlock. I've been actually lamping Slayer just to try and get it to 40 for the chunk unlock, and it wouldn't be terrible to see if I could actually lamp it to 44 just in case I unlock Sulfur Lizards before I get the Desert Lizards. But I don't know, maybe I'll get the Desert Lizards right now. So yeah, back to the chunk picker. I now have the chunk unlock for Fishing Contest, which is not that great of a wilderness chunk. And now for 40 Slayer, I get... Well, that's like the most disappointing chunk I could get. The reason it's here is because it's connecting chunk from, you know, this one to this one if I didn't have this one. But, well, there's always some disappointing chunks in the pool, but at least that's some less now available. Since I didn't have much new things to do with those recent chunk rolls, I decided to go back to Motherlode Mine, and I managed to finish the full Prospector outfit, which is one of my account goals. So we just put it in here. Ta-da! There is another account goal completed, and now I get another chunk unlock. So there are a couple other things I really would like to get to store in the costume room, but I'm hoping I can get some certain chunks that will make it easier. So the chunk I get is... Well, I don't think that's really useful at all. I mean, I think there's Ankus there, and I guess if I did get the prayer altar up here, that would be good if I did Crazy Archaeologist, but, yeah, not the most useful chunk. So, actually, I think what I want to do now is, I mentioned in the other episode how I did want to complete some more of those chunk tasks I have for the series, so I could get a couple chunk unlocks there, and I actually accidentally completed some. Like, I think one of the agility ones or something like that when I was doing stuff recently. Well, I'll just go over and do them real quick to do a bunch of clips, and then I can get a couple more chunk unlocks that way. So it turns out that chunk task I was thinking of was kill a lava dragon. Yeah, I'm not going to go back in the wilderness just to kill one lava dragon for the task, so here's the pop-up for that. And now here's the pop-up for Bind a Body Rune, and I want to save some essence in case I can get an Earth Talisman to go bind an Earth Rune. So that's 3 out of the 5 chunk tasks down for a chunk unlock. And here is bind some Earth Runes, and oh, also a Rock Diary task. And here is mine a silver ore, which gives me another chunk unlock, but I still have a few more chunk tasks to do. And here is complete a lap of the Povnivnich rooftop course. A lap of the Canifis rooftop course. Totally haven't done that one before. Mine a mithril ore in the mining guild. Mine coal ore by the coal trucks. And there is a slimy eel fish in Mauritania. And that is another chunk unlock. Hold on, don't have the thing up. There we go. Another chunk unlock. Forgot to mark this one off earlier, but there is mine granite in the desert. Cut a maple log in Sears Village. So one of the tasks is to make a waka canoe and travel to the wilderness. Now, I already traveled to the wilderness pond several times while doing lava dragons, so since I'm not going to re-gear right now, I'm just going to go to Ferox and count that. So yeah, travel via waka canoe to the wilderness. And here is kill a harpy bug swarm. And to wrap up the chunk task for now, here is cut a yew tree in Shazian. Any second now, there we go. That's actually pretty good timing. So yeah, now I have 3 chunk unlocks, at least if I tallied them all right. I don't know, if I got it wrong, I'll find out in video editing. But it should be 3 chunk unlocks. So the first chunk unlock is not so useful Edge of the Wilderness. Second chunk unlock is... oh! Well, that's very convenient. So now if I do need, or when I do Client of Kourend, I don't have to get 73 agility to use the shortcut to get to the Dark Altar. I could just, walk there. And I also can start working towards Wintertod now. Actually, which way does it go here? I think the path goes here first and then loops back around. So, yeah, almost can get to Wintertod, though I will have to roll this chunk separately because it's not like it doesn't count as a minigame. Anyway, so, and the final chunk unlock is... oh, actually, that's one of the chunks I wanted. Actually, I'll show you why, because the next thing I want to go do is, well, I'll just mention it. I want to go get the Shazian armor. It's one of the goals I wanted for the costume room, and also, between episodes, I would like to put this bow to use and train ranged if I can. And one thing I'd like to do is get the Shazian armor, because that has the best ranged boots I can store anyway. They're better than snakeskin boots, and yeah, it should be a pretty nice upgrade. So the reason I wanted this chunk up here is because if I want to recharge prayer, my options would be this altar, which I can't use, or the altar in the castle here, because the guys in the combat ring can be pretty tough at times, or you'll definitely want to pray for them. So I could not use this little sliver to get to the castle before, so I have to run all the way around here, which isn't that much slower, but now that I have this chunk, it's going to make it a little easier. So yeah, I think I'm going to see if I can get myself all the Shazian armors now. So I went to get the Shazian armors, and as you can see, I now have 2 chunk unlocks. The reason for that is, in addition to getting the full set of Shazian armor here, I also went ahead and got the Zerishian armor. Well, technically Zerishian robes, but for some reason they call it armor and they put it in here instead of the, magic wardrobe. So each of them is an account goal, and each of them gets a chunk unlock. So the first chunk unlock for the Shazian armor is... the side of the lava maze there. So now I can... unlock that one. I turned off the auto unlocking just because it was messing up more than it was helping. Though now it does seem to throw me off a little bit, so I might go back to that. But yeah, now I can access... I don't think I can access anything actually. I need this side to get into Lava Maze, and I can't use the shortcut to audio the diary, which I'm gonna assume needs to go into Lava Maze. And the final chunk unlock is... okay, that is actually really good. So this means I can now do the Client of Kourend. And that also means I can now do... actually, I don't know which follow-up quests I can do. I definitely think I should be able to do the Queen of Thieves. I don't know about the others. I can't do the Ascent of Arceus because I don't have Mount Karum yet, but I'm pretty close. I can't get to the Forsaken Tower or Wintertod for that quest. I need this chunk for the Hosidius one, and I need Mount Critomortum for this one. So yeah, I think it's really just the Queen of Thieves. But the other thing that's notable is I've been holding off on doing Piscarilia's favor just because I don't want to do it the normal way. You know, I want to put my certificates into it. So at least I can do that now and probably get to 100% Piscarilia's favor. And I don't know, I guess that also means I could get my fishing up a little more and go for anglerfish. Yeah, 82. Although I just realized, isn't that the same level as minnows? That's kind of weird. Anyway, but I think this is where I'm going to wrap up the episode. Got a bunch of chunk unlocks this time, and yeah, I don't know. There's going to be a lot more I can work on next episode now that I have the Karen quest, and hopefully I can get some of these other chunks I'm waiting on. And yeah, I probably will see if I can use up these arrows between episodes, though. I don't know. I might want to wait to see if I can get a better sandcrab spot or a better training place, but I don't know. We'll see. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. I didn't do all the progress I hoped. I hoped to get a lava Battlestaff, but, you know, instead I got a Visage. Also pretty good. And, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I did, I'm definitely getting into a lot of the bigger grinds, like, you know, doing a whole bunch of fishing, mining, and stuff. So it's going to be really interesting to see what I can get to once the account is a little more trained up, especially when I can get a bit more into combats. So, yeah. Anyway, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Until next time, goodbye.